So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. If you were here last week, you know that Tuesday tips, we're going to start doing specific coaching on specific tools that we can use. I'm going to be not on camera today. I'm not feeling wonderful, but I did want to make sure that I didn't cancel on you all today and I could be here for you. So thanks for joining me once again. And again, we're going to go into ChatGPT today. We're doing series 2. We did series 1 last week. And then next week, I'm actually going to switch over and do series 1 of Canva. And we'll do 2 weeks on and off. And I'm going to switch it up between ChatGPT 2 weeks and then 2 weeks of Canva. We'll go back and forth. That way, no one gets bored. And when you hop in here, at least you know what we're talking about from last week. So if everyone can see my screen, can you give me a thumbs up or something in the chat? Let me know you can see what's going on here on my screen. It should be really colorful. All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. And at any point in time, if you've got any questions, I used to be an actual classroom teacher. So I am all for just please don't even raise your hand because I can't see your hand when I'm doing presentation. Just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask me that question. Say, hey, Rosie, I've got a question. I'm more than happy to stop and answer anything along the way. All right, guys, so stop me if anyone's got any questions or comments. All right, let's get into it. So here are today's 5 tips on series 2, idea for specifically real estate agents on how we can use ChatGPT in our business. So number 1, prompts is really important to understand. We are a Google generation, right? So we're used to asking questions. And so the biggest issue I'm finding people are having with ChatGPT is, well, how do I talk to it? Because it's not giving me the information I want. Well, the reason it's not giving you that information is most likely because you're asking it a question. ChatGPT wants prompts, and those are commands. So instead of speaking to it like we would Google, my suggestion is here. The best prompts are commands, not questions. So as an example, give me step-by-step instructions on how to make cold calls. Don't ask it, how do I make cold calls? See the difference there? It's not going to really give you the information you want if you're asking it a question. You need to demand it like a robot and tell it what to do. So go into looking into prompts and making your question more of a command. And that way you're really going to get a lot more from the system. And number 2, phone scripts. So if you're interested in having ChatGPT help you make these calls, and there's a theme here with communication today. If you are interested in having it help you make these calls, but you just truly don't know what to say, you're tired of the scripts, you think everyone might be using the same scripts they find online, go ahead and ask it to make you a custom script. Here's an example. Write a phone script for a real estate agent and ask for a price reduction from the seller. And this is obviously, if you've got this client, you're under contract, you just don't know how to start that conversation with your seller, it will give you a nice prompt and a conversation that you can follow, a script that you can follow with your client. Now, if, for example, you want to ask it to write you a script for cold calls, it can absolutely do that. So, modify all of this. These are just suggestions and ideas, but modify it and make it, best for what it is you're looking for this from the system. Do you want, a conversation on price reduction? Do you want a conversation on for FISBOs? More so like how you can help for sale by owner, etc. And if it's just flat out cold calls for expireds, it can give you that too. So ask it exactly what you want. Number 3, it can help you make better emails. Let's say you've written an email and you're just not into the way it was written. You think you could have done a better job. Let's say you want to make it longer or shorter even. Give it the exact command you want. So you would say, make the following email more persuasive and succinct. Also, remove any fluff. Then paste your email. And you're going to want to do it in this way. You want to give it the command, and then you're going to want to feed it the information you want it to change, not the other way around, in this fashion, in this order. There is sort of like a process to having ChatGPT understand the way you speak so that it can give you the information you're really looking for. Go through what it does spit out because it's not perfect. And I will say that it is, 98% there, but there's a 2% in there that's probably going to sound a little odd or maybe a little robotic or just simply not the way you speak to your clients. So go ahead and make sure that you're speaking to it often enough to where it can pick up your wording, your verbiage, your vocabulary. That way it sounds more like you. But when you do feed it your email here, what it's going to do is then give you an email that is, kind of wrapped up, a little tidier. If you like it better, go ahead. If not, you're also going to have that option. It's going to say regenerate right at the bottom. That regenerate response is really important because if you don't like the response it gives you, that's your only opportunity basically to tell the system, hey, I didn't really like this. And it's going to regenerate a response, and it's not going to ask you, not only is it going to regenerate this thing for you, but it's going to ask you even more so if you prefer the response it just gave you or the second one. And you can thumbs up and thumbs down the responses it gives you. That way, again, you're teaching the system what you like and what answers you prefer. It's going to do better for you if you work on it. Give it, maybe 15 minutes a day, guys. It's not so long. 10 to 15 minutes, go in there, ask it questions, talk to the system. That way it learns you, it knows you. You're going to get better results that way. Use that regenerate response often if you don't like what it's giving you. Otherwise, it's going to keep giving you the same type of speech and verbiage that you're not cool with. And number 4, lead generation ideas. What are some lead generating ideas that work best for real estate agents? Just like you'd ask this question in Google, right? When you ask it in the form of a command for ChatGPT, it's going to be more along the lines of, give me the top lead generating methods for real estate agents. And that's the way you want to speak to it. And what it's going to do is it'll give you an unlimited list, or you could say, give me 10 if you want to cap it, or you want to say that the 5 best. You can even go that far. So get really niche with it. Ask it very specific things, command very specific things of it. And that way it's going to work better for you. It's going to be a better assistant, because that's what ChatGPT is like for me. It's like an assistant. If I want to make, and what I'm putting here, guys, are things I use it for every single day, all day. I prompt it, I'll ask for new phone scripts, I'll switch up my scripts. I do have it help me with emails. I love the way it'll give you even bullet points. It can throw in emojis in there if you prompt it to throw in emojis. It does work that way. So think of it like someone sitting next to you. Don't treat it like a computer. The less like a computer you treat it, and the more you speak to it like an actual assistant and give it commands for the things you need in your business, then it's absolutely going to really mold itself to you and be really beneficial for you. All right, so again, thank you for joining. And next week, like I had mentioned at the beginning, we are going to work on Canva tips and hacks for realtors series 1. That's going to be next week. So last week, if you didn't catch me, go ahead and get the replay, because that's going to be series 1 of ChatGPT. We just did series 2 of ChatGPT. And next week, we're going to do series 1 of Canva. I know you guys have been really, really excited about Canva. We've been talking about ChatGPT for a while. Let's move into Canva, because I think there are far too many agents being left behind in the dust. Canva is just such a useful tool. And it's honestly something I use more so during the day for my business than ChatGPT. I do use them, simultaneously. But Canva is it is a pool of gold. And I think I would love to be the agent to, help you, especially if you guys have any questions. I can go in my account and we can work on things specifically, moving items around, showing you how I design and things like that. How I use templates, how I create my own templates in there as well. So it's a really, really fun system. I can't wait to do that with you guys for 2 weeks. So again, catch the replay for series 1 of the ChatGPT tips that we just went through series 2 of, and that way you're all caught up and we can start with Canva next week. And I'm really excited for you guys to join me on that. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that we went through with ChatGPT today? I'll leave this up in case anyone wants to take a screenshot. If you screenshot all these tips during the week on every Tuesday, by the end of it, you'll have a nice little portfolio of tips. So I'm going to do them 4 at a time. Like I said, I'm going to do 5 in total, so it's 20. And I'll do the same thing with Canva. Canva is going to be way more interactive than the ChatGPT, of course, because it's ChatGPT is a little boring. It's just one system and it's just words. Whereas Canva, we get to interact and move templates around and pop photos in and stuff like that. And we can do everything in Canva, from simple business cards to newsletters, all through Instagram posts and reels and all that good stuff. So we'll work through videos and also through marketing. I want to definitely start with marketing. So we're going to start next week with marketing in Canva for realtors. And we're going to go through an Instagram post, an Instagram reel, and an Instagram story, the differences, the different templates, and how you can use them and make them really pop and drive business to your account. Hey, Melissa, okay, I just saw a chat box come through. Relatively new to the Freedom Academy. Okay, so Melissa, you're going to go to our YouTube, and you can catch all these replays on YouTube. Michael's going to be amazing, as he usually is, and he's going to post that link, I'm sure, in here for you. But yeah, you can catch all of the Freedom coaching sessions on YouTube. You're going to be able to catch replays and save them as well. If you want any of my presentations that I put up on the screen, please don't feel like it's weird to email me. Please message me directly. I'll send them to you. No issue there. They all are made on Canva, actually. So I can send you a Canva link and you can open up the presentation yourself and just keep it for records if you want. My email address, as always, is Rosie Sells Miami. You're going to notice on my presentations that you can contact me here on Instagram, and then my email is just at gmail.com, rosiesellsmiami@gmail. So go ahead and email me, and I'll be more than happy to send these to you. And also any links to any replays, if you just don't want to do the search, I can send them to you directly as well. Anybody else have any questions at all?
Hi, hi, good morning, Rosie. This is Courtney over in Texas. How are you today?
Courtney, I couldn't hear you. Can you say that again?
I'm sorry, I said good morning. I'm a little under the weather myself. We got something going around.
Yeah, for sure. There must be. I'm sorry to hear that, but thanks for joining.
No problem. I know this is specific about ChatGPT, but I found one of the other tools that runs inside of Google. It's Bard, B-A-R-D.
Yeah, so I chose from the get-go to go really all in on ChatGPT because it was out first. But I do know that there's just so many other AI tools that have come out now for both, text and also Canva type. My goodness, Midjourney, I use Midjourney plenty. So truly there's a million other systems now, and they're going to keep coming out, of course, But yeah, Bard's really neat. I haven't dove into that yet. How different is it? Could you tell me on the call?
It's actually it is a bit different. The Bard, what I like about Bard is it's tied in live with Google. So if you want to ask a question of what's happening in your market, it's up to date. Where ChatGPT is more of, obviously, like you said, it's for chatting and for developing those conversations, if you will, for your specifics. But if you're looking for some information like mine, I typed in what was the market. It gave me an up-to-date as of June's market reports for my local market, things like that. So it's tied directly in. It gets live data, where ChatGPT, I guess if you get the professional one, it does, but just the free version of it isn't tied in live from what I understand. So I've used a bit of ChatGPT too. I like it. But I just noticed with the Bard, I added the Chrome extension. So when you're in your Google and you just Google something, just ask it, what's the market condition? How many houses are on the market right now in Cypress, Texas? It goes out, checks it, comes back and gives you live, up-to-date data. So that's all I wanted to say. I know some people say, well, I want to do a market report weekly or something. And obviously you can pull it from MLS and do all of that, but now with Bard, you can just type it right in from your Google search. It pops right up. It actually gets NAR, HAR, which is Houston Area Realtors, our MLS. It gets live data from there. So it's for up-to-date stuff is all I'm saying. But ChatGPT definitely has a place, and I've enjoyed using it. So sorry.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Courtney. Thanks for bringing that up for everyone because yeah, there's a couple of people on the call, and I think that's a really, really great point that you brought up. Agreed, guys. Let me just bounce off of what Courtney said. 100% correct. So ChatGPT does have limitations in the fact that it is more text. It is the place I go for, email rewording, presentation type stuff. But yes, it does have a limitation in the fact that it's not up to date. It will tell you, and I do have the paid version too. So it's not just the free people that get this message. I do pay for it and I still get the same message. I can't give you that information. I'm only up to 2021, yada, yada. You are going to notice that it will tell you that if you ask it for specific things that are current. So yes, hop on over. Bard is fairly new, but very cool in the sense that it is connected with Google, as Courtney said. So if you're not interested in going through other channels, you can go ahead and use Bard to give you some more up-to-date market information, and you can throw that right up. And let's say we couple it with Canva, and then of course you put those stats in your Canva template and you're good to go. You can post. There are a couple of accounts that you're going to notice online that of course give us stats, especially if you're in one locally. You can share those stats as well. But again, if you want to do it yourself, yeah, what Courtney said, 100%. Hop on over into Bard. I don't feel versed well enough in it to be able to talk to you guys about it or teach it to you, but hopefully I will get there so that we can integrate not only this text system, but then hop on over to Bard and have it do some cool stuff for us too with some market reports and stats. But yeah, that is the limitation that ChatGPT does have. So keep that in mind, guys. It's not perfect. It's not your one-stop shop for everything. Canva, however, and I am going off topic, Canva, however, kind of is more of a one-stop shop. They have AI integrated pretty much through and through, like this thread that sort of just feeds the system and everything, it can do Photoshop type stuff. It can do chat GPT type stuff, and above and beyond, it can make things like disappear if you just ask it to in a photo. So it's pretty wild, the stuff that Canva's getting into. So you're looking for more of a one-stop shop. Canva's going to be great. But like Courtney said, yeah, 100% agreed, guys. Go ahead and get yourselves on Bard. That way you're really using all the systems you can. And like I had told Courtney, I agree. So many things are going to keep coming out, new systems, and each one's going to be better than the last one, right? So let's just keep abreast on, keep a pulse on all this AI as agents so that we don't get left behind and we continue to grow along with everything, all this AI, and we can, use it for our benefit and make our businesses better. So yeah, guys, so that's it for today. If nobody's got any other questions, I'm gonna hop out of here and we'll see you next week. I hope everyone stays away from whatever bugs going on around. Courtney, hope you feel better, my friend. And yeah, catch us next week. We'll be
I
talking
hope the
about.
same for you, Rosie. And by the way, Rosie, I love your flamingo on your logo over there. That's awesome.
Thanks, Courtney. I've actually heard that twice this week now. everyone's
That's really cool.
everyone's loving my flamingo. That's what I say. Let's flamingo.
The flamingo. There we go. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
you're welcome. We'll talk to you soon. See you next week, guys. Have a good one. Bye.